Hi, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage Daily. In this little series of Bricolage Daily, it's just me working at my desk, working on a project or whatever I have going on. I'm trying to not make the videos too terribly long. I'm not sure about today. It'll just see how it goes. But today I want to work on a journal for Kim. I've been a little distracted lately and preoccupied with things with my mom. And throughout that process, I've met a lovely young woman named Kim who oversees getting folks into a facility in Pennsylvania where my mom is. And she has just been delightful. And so she's a busy mom, and I want to get her into journaling. So I've offered to make her a journal. So I had one started, of course. Some of you may remember this piece of fabric I worked on. I think I did this on a live where I just was attaching different stuff and made this cover. So Kim really likes this. So that's going to be her cover. And then I was saying, I think on a live as well, could have been a video, that I have a bunch of map papers. It was a like an atlas that my husband had, and he just tossed it in the trash. So we picked it out of the trash. I coffee stained the pages, and I thought this would make a cute journal. So I'm going to put these in Kim's book. Now you'll see some of the pages of the map are, upside down. But that's what happens when you rip them in half. See, this is upside down. I know they're upside down. See, Ohio, upside down, but I'm going to leave them. Now, I've put some other pages in between these pages. You can see that it's not stitched together yet. I want to do some decorating and some other things to these pages before I stitch them in the cover. So what I did a little bit before I turned on my camera was I just took some gesso and put on some of the pages like this, kind of just knock that glossiness back a little bit, and on some of the map pages, just to make it just a little different. And then I just have some other things in there. Now, bricolage is a French word for basically using what you have, using what's in your stash, using your stuff. And a lot of us are always talking about that. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to fuss around with this and see what happens. So if you're not interested, hey, check out one of my other videos or one of my other lives that is now up like a video. Or fast forward, see if there's something else. But I'm just going to work on this. It's been a while since I've been at my art desk, and I'm really kind of excited to get back to it. But I want to get this to Kim before not too much time passes, because she has been such a sweetheart. Now, bricolage, as I just said, is using your stuff. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but I have some really cool stuff. So these are some things that I pulled out that I think I want to be able to include in her journal if I can. This is just a bag of little goodies. I might go through that at some point. And then some other stuff. Here's some fabric I want to include. So I might be decoupaging. I might be collaging. I'm just, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I want to include a piece of my art. So I pulled this out. I put that on a card front, but I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to see if I can incorporate that. I want to use some of this pattern tissue. Look, I found this little bundle in one of my boxes. And gosh, there's some cute stuff in there. We're going to rummage through there. Fabric from Calico Kate. Look at this cool envelope that Calico Kate sent me. 1959. I'm going to glue that on a page, and that's going to be a pocket. So let me just get started. Now, see, this one I think is a little too large. But if I trim that down, I might be able to add that as a page. So, of course, I've got a messy, messy mess, but I've got other things I want to include. Now, I'm not sure if I want some of them to be flip outs, flip ins, add-ons, stuff the pockets. Just not sure. I'm trying to, oh, look at that little retro card. Isn't that darling? All right, so I've got some other stuff here that's really Coolio. Coolio. All right. This is just a 9x6 envelope that I started to put color on my from my gel plate. So I'm going to work on that. Kim's going to need some pockets. And these are interesting. These are from a book I had. It's got all different kinds of drink recipes and stuff in it, which kind of adds some color. Let's put one in here. Now, nothing is written in stone. I don't know if I want that for a centerfold. It's kind of cute though, isn't it? All right, let's put that there. I don't even know if my camera is in a good spot. Is that any better? Not like you can answer me. Okay, this is a piece of rice paper that I had. I'm going to take this. I'm going to just tear off this edging part. Doesn't look so good. And see if I can find a nice spot for this to go. Oh, you know where it might go? You know, that doesn't look too bad there, does it? Let's see, maybe that way. Well, isn't that darling? Okay, that's gonna work. Now, I did put some golden matte medium in this jar several days ago. This is probably starting to dry up. Let's see if I can use it. Now, I've been using these binder dividers as a protection under some of my work. So I'm going to pull that out, and I've got a glue brush here. And we're just going to start in. Now this is a pocket, going to be a pocket. Not this rice paper. This is just going to decorate the inside of this here. And then I can set this aside to start to dry. I can always hit it with my heat tool. This is just I think a 9x6 envelope. See, I cut off the bottom. See, that'll be a pocket. And then this is flipping over, and that's a pocket. But I wanted to jazz up the inside of this somehow. What else can I do here? I'll tell you what I was thinking, but then see, you get one idea and then you get some other ideas. Yeah, these are all folded. Yeah, I'm not liking that so much. All right, so let's put these pages aside right now. Just 1 second, because I think what I want to do is do some stamping here. And maybe put a little color here. Let's see, what do I have that would work really well for that? Something light, and there's going to be other pages in between, so they're not going to be really right next to each other. But maybe some of my, I'm looking for my bundled sage, I think it's called, my oxides. I think the forest is too dark. Of course, you know what? You never can find what you want right when you want it. All right. I'm going to use my Distress Oxide, and I'm going to use the gathered twig. So that's a brown. So I'm going to just get out my little brush. Little stencil. I'm just going to add some quick background color to this. Looks like I've got some green on this. Maybe, well, it's not supposed to be green. I bought a bunch of little makeup brushes and I'm trying to use the color with the color of the handle. So my old brain will understand what's going on. Now, even though these aren't going to be right next to each other, they're just going to coordinate a little bit. Now, Kim is the busy working mom of 4 kids. And she said she would be interested in the idea of journaling. She just doesn't know anything about it. And I was just sharing with her, I think it might be a place for her to be able to store or record, or a place to keep fun things that her kids maybe have done over the years. You know, the stuff that you stick in a box that you never know what to do with. You know, stuff like that. All right, let me get my midnight. And I think I'm just going to put some light script. This is a LeBlanc stamp. And I don't really care how well it stamps. I just want to fill in some of that white space. And just make a pretty little vignette, if you will, for her to use. All right, we're going to cover that up. I'm going to get my heat tool and use that just a little bit here. Now, you know what? I just decided I'm going to carry this over onto this flap. See if I have any color left in my brush here. A little bit. See, and even if you don't know what you're doing and you're not planning it out, just putting it down and putting it to the paper and putting some color on, it looks okay, right? Let's see if I got anything. Oops, that's upside down. That's all right, that didn't stamp. Okay, cool. I had this LeBlanc stamp in a drawer, and I was digging around for something else and remembered it, saw it and remembered it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful stamp. All right, so when this goes in the journal, it's gonna be in like this. And then she'll have a pocket. And then she'll have somewhere to either journal or do some art, stick some stuff down, and then she'll have another pocket. And then she'll have that back side. So now I want to do something with this side. Let me see. If I rummage through some of this jazzmatazz, what kind of an idea I might get. It's a cute little envelope. Oh, let's see what's in this. Let's see what's in this bag of goodies. Well, this is a Tim Holtz paper. That, I think it's trash. A rose. I think these are clippings from a paper pack. That's another Tim Holtz. So here we go. Look, I made a little hinged book from Slide Projector. I guess frames you could call them. Oh, that's good. A little tag. Oh, it's chilly in my room. I should have grabbed a sweater. Remember. Oh, isn't, you know, I hate to say things like this, like, oh, isn't that cute, when it's something I did, but it's cute, right? Another little frame. Oh, that's a butter. Yeah, that looks cool, but I don't know that I like it with the coloring on that. A cute card, might be able to use that. There's another tag. Oh, there's some good stuff in here. I don't know, I want the butterfly in that space. Well, nothing gave me an idea there. See, she'll be able to put stuff in the pockets. All right, I'm just gonna put that aside because it's just not gelling for me, kids. That's all right. We'll come up with something. Get that little frame out of there. All right, back to the pages of the book. Now I'm just wondering. Well, I don't anymore, but she lives in Pennsylvania. Maybe I should have that as the front page. And that could be a tuck spot, couldn't it? I think I'm going to turn on my glue gun just in case I need it. Oh, come on. See, stuff like that drives me crazy. There's a little tiny piece of paper there. Now, this sometimes is a struggle for me, but I'm going to say it to you, so hopefully you won't have the same struggle I have. You know, don't be afraid to tear things. Rip things up, cut things up. See, I'm always afraid to, not afraid, but, ooh, I just hate to, you know, change it. It's okay. It's all right, really. Look, I had a pin sticking in my top of my glue to keep it from getting clogged. It already did get clogged, and then the pin gets rusty. I haven't spent the money to buy the pins that don't rust. That's going to dry clear. We're not going to really see that. Maybe down like that. That might be okay. Okay. Just going to put that there. All right, I'm going to try to skip a few pages. I can always come back. I don't want to do something on every page because I don't want this to be like the size of an encyclopedia for her. But where did I put that? Here it is. It's just a little too wide. What if I did it on the inside, like the cover, the centerfold, I mean? That would give me a little more wiggle room. Working 9 to 5. Nope. It could go this way, though, couldn't it? I just envisioned it this way, but I want to catch, it can stick out the end though, can it? Yeah, it can stick out the end. All right, so now I'm going to just add glue. Oh, look, it's postmarked on the front and the back. Airport Mail Facilities. It says San Francisco, March 22nd, 1959, California. And then on the front, it says AMF something, New York. New York, New York, it's a hell of a town. All right, so I want to go right to where, oh, come on, right to where the postage stamp is. I'm not getting much done. It's already been almost a half an hour. I was watching Mary this morning and she was having trouble with her nozzle. And I said, you probably got glue boogers down in there. And I think I'm having the same issue. All right, so my stamp is there. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm going to use some of my golden matte medium. And that will, because I need a big area glued here. And this I can just paint it on. It should be fine. See, I get frustrated when something doesn't work the way I think it should. I don't have time for this. All right, let's see. That's good. Let's get that pressed down really well. This is just really an eclectic collection of cool stuff. See, now I got a cute little pocket there. I just want to make sure it stays down pretty well. So we'll let that go for a minute. All right, so now that can be this way. These are going to all be arranged pretty much the same, but I might slide one up, I might slide one down. So I think I can use this, and it won't look too bad if I trim off just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to work in my mini trimmer. Don't really want that trimmed. I want it trimmed this way. Oh, foo. I don't have my big cutter right here. I don't really want to cut that either. That's the wheels of my head, my brain working. Let's just see how it looks if I put this in the brush. Let's see how it'll be. It's kind of good that way. All right, so maybe we'll let that be the front page. It's just going to be one big fat signature. At least I think that's the way it's going to be. But I just love that old tiny jazz. Now let's put something on here. Let's put. I pulled out some fabric. I thought I pulled out a piece of green fabric. There it is. I think a little piece of this might look nice here. Just something simple like that. And I'm going to put that on with my tiny attacher. Cool. That works. Now I do usually like to cover that up with something, so I have to, the back of that staple. Ohio, Ohio. I like that this is torn. But I'm not sure she would like that. No. Let's just tear the rest of it. This is a piece of eco dyed paper that I did one time. I love eco dyeing. It's very fun to me. That I think I want to put something smaller on from some of the smaller bits. Although that might look cute there, huh? If I glue just the 3 sides, she can, see if this is hot enough. She can just slide a little photograph in there, a little message. We'll use a little hot glue on that. That looks good. Okay. And I thought it might be fun to put some fabric on a couple of these pages. Just because we can. Just because we can do it. I'm going to cover that. Holding that medium I have there. Kind of like that. Now see, I keep my iron right here because you see that's got a crinkle. Some crinkles I'm okay with, but sometimes, see, although it could probably go this way. Yeah, that's probably the way it should go. And that's okay, but I still got that crinkle. I want to iron that out. So I'm just going to quickly take my iron. I tried one of those small irons, but it really didn't. Just spritzing that with a little bit of water. I can remember my aunts, my neighbor, taking all their ironing and spritzing it, and then rolling it up and sitting them aside. Probably my grandma did it too. And then they would come back and iron. So everything was just a little damp, and then they got a really nice press. So that's what I did. So I'm going to glue that this way, right on that map paper. And I'm going to use a little bit of my stays, not my stays, a little bit of my Fabri-Tac glue. Right along the top of this page. Once this starts using this up and the bottle gets a little low, it's really hard to squeeze this out. And this time of year, my room gets chilly, so everything gets cool. I have to remember to start taking in my art glitter glue, because that's the problem with that glue. It's temperature sensitive or something, and you have to not let it get cold. I think that's the way it works. Okay, so that's cool. All right. Here's my Edith Holden page. I think I'm going to cut this piece. I love that fabric. But I think I'm going to cut it in half this way. And let's make a little tab. A tab like that. That'll be cute. And I do like to stick with the Fabri-Tac when I'm using fabric. It works really well for me. So, like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't fix it. Getting a lot out of there, am I? So I'm going to put that right on the edge. And then I'm going to let some of that fabric, I'm not going to bring it tight. I could do it. That would look cool that way too. But this one I'm going to leave it loop. I'm going to make a little loop-de-doop. So I'm going to put a little more of this glue. I'm going to do it on the paper this time. Is that what I did last time? My brain has been so exhausted on it's not really family stuff per se. It's like all the details, you know, signing paperwork, getting things lined up, getting movers, working with different facilities. Yeah, just crazy stuff like that. All right, now let's see where we put that. How's this? Okay, that's on there pretty good. Sweet. This could use a little something, something, I think. Although some of this stuff is fun to read in some of these books. Oh, this one I have to fix. See, I wanted to put this page in, but see, it's got a big chunk out of it. So let's get some. Do I want to use fabric or do I think I want to use, I have a wide washi tape. There it is. Let me use the wide washi. Oh, I didn't put my glue brush back in the water. That's not good. All right, let's see. I'm putting that on my plastic sheet just because I'm using it as a work surface. And I thought this was such pretty washi tape, and it is. But you know what? It's so wide, it's really kind of a pain in the tush to use it because you can't get it to rip nicely. See, it's still ripping crooked. Oh. Now I'm going to add some extra glue on either side of this because I don't want this to go anywhere. And then once I stitch it in, it'll be fine. So I'm just putting a little bit on my brush, my glue brush, and put this right side up. Because if you're not familiar with it, washi tape is designed to be able to put something down and then lift it back up. So if you want it to be permanent, you have to make it permanent by adding some glue. Let's take another little piece. See this one end, it doesn't tear properly. So let's try again. I'm just peeling that up a little bit at a time. It's beautiful washi tape though, right? Gorge. It's gorge. My husband's got dinner in the crock pot, and I gotta tell you, it smells fabulous. And I'm just starting that at the bottom of the page here, and I'm going to add some glue. Okay. will look. I'm just going to fold it. And slip that back in. All right, now, let's see. These are kind of white at the bottom, so maybe a little piece of this. Just to add some interest, and to just maybe have Kim say, what the heck is that for? Well, not for anything. It's just cute. It's just cute. Now, I think I am going to stitch some of these pages too. I just don't know why yet. Now, just remember, if you're doing stuff like this and you're like me and you're just working on the fly, got to be careful what's underneath you there. You don't want to glue this, you know, crooked, and then maybe have it stick to a page where you don't want it stuck. I'm going to use my heat tool. Because I don't want this to, you know, just like I said, I don't want this to stick to a page that, ooh, that's so good. So chilly in my room. I'm taking a nap. And you still can see the ingredients that you would want to make this drink called deviation. And don't forget, if it's cool to the touch, that means it's still wet. Now, of course, it's warm because I just had the heat tool on it. So I'm just going to let that cool up a little bit. Yeah, it feels pretty dry. All right. Sweet. So we've got that sticking out. I've got some whale's tail tabs too that I want to get on some of the pages. Now this is a little, she could really color on that, right? Maybe I'll fold this so it can flip up. Where's my little mini? It's over here somewhere. Little mini. Oh, I've got it super tucked in there. A scoreboard. Just want to score down a little bit here. It's so nice if you're able to have your art tools right next to you. Because then when you want to use them, they're right there. You don't have to go fishing around. Let's fold it back the other way. I could have flipped it on my board and scored it both ways. That makes it easier for a flip up. All right, let's return that to its proper place. And let's just find somewhere for this to go. Let's take it right to the edge. See, and then she can color on it. She could really flip it up and right on the back. Or I could do it this way. Do a flip out. Mm, I think I like it this way. I think I do. All right. Now, because my nozzle glue is clogged, I'm using my Golden Matte Medium. Now, I'm thinking I want something here. Piece of that will look cute, would it not? Maybe just a ribbon. Let's see what I have here in my ribbon drawer. I mean, I have a lot more ribbon than this, but this is just what I grabbed. Let's see if a piece of this will work. That's a little too wide. I don't want it too wide because I want it to be, yeah, that's too wide, I think. That's got to be too wide, so we might as well not even drag that out. But look how cute that looks. That looks cute, doesn't it? Or maybe I could, look at this. I take a piece, see this had wire in it, and I've had this for years. I can't throw it out. I think it's so pretty. It's like a couple of shades of a sage green and lavender. Now I don't want it that way because it won't bend, but it could stick out the top. And that could stick out. See, I like things in my journals to stick out, to flip and flop, and maybe this could go on top. All right, so let's do this. And I'm going to wrap this right up and put it back in this little package. I forgot I had that. It's almost like an eggplant color. That's just beautiful. I'm going to tuck that back in the package. See, this just looks so white. Let's see. I glue it there. I don't think I have to put glue across the whole plate, the whole thing here. So let's put a little bit here. Where's it fold? Let's make sure. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit here. A little dot here. And one at the end. Now remember, when you're using something like this and you're using a porous surface like tissue paper, tea bag, napkin, ribbon, that glue's going to come through. Not that it's a big deal, but if you don't want your fingers sticky, you have to remember it. All right, so now I want that. I'll move it over a little to be glued on that edge. So if you have a journal that you're working on and you just want to add things to it and help to create something unique or different, even bizarre. Bizarre's cool, isn't it? just get in there and start working. And then you get different ideas. And then just start adding stuff on. See, I'm just adding stuff on here. This may not be finished. If I come across a little flower that I can put there that I can still flip that up, a little flower is going to go right there. See, when I put this, and I know I have more of them somewhere. Where did I put that little frame, that little slide projector frame? Right here. See, I know I have more little flowers like that. A little flower like that with a button. It's either a button or a flat back. Would look really great just on the corner there. But I want it above the fold so she can fold that page up if she wants to. All right, I think I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to continue to work on this. Thank you for joining me for Bricolage Daily. As usual, if you have any questions, leave me a comment. You can find me as Paint Girly on Instagram or paintgirly@gmail.com. And that's it from me for today as far as recording. I'm going to continue to work on this. I think I'll probably see Kim on Thursday, and I would love to have this ready for her. So, in the meantime, don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.